All right, welcome back. This is 2025 year to date to end of July. Now, this is the 10th of August. I'm a little behind the times. So it's the end of July plus a handful of days into August. And there's a good reason for that I'll get into in a second. But let's go over what has changed here. So we're still in this ES long trade. So that's still continued to gain some money. What have we done in the meantime since June, though? We managed to catch a small Bitcoin long for just a couple pennies. So that trade was in and out, done, successful. The US CAD short, it cooled off enough where we ended up taking profits from the peak gain we had in there. And I'm just trying to think anything else. We've continued to stay in our 5-year treasury long. That thing's been bouncing around all over the place. And we got into a 10-year long. There again, same thing. These treasury trades have probably been the worst of the lot so far. So not much has changed. 33.25% year to date. I know that's cooled off a little bit. And primarily, I believe that's because the US CAD short. We gave up a little bit more money than we personally would like before we stopped out for the win. The win ratio, 73% of our trades. So this is kind of telling me this is a little hotter than we should be running. It's a small sample. What is there, like 11 trades closed and a couple more on the go. So 14, I guess, trades this year. So it is a small sample, so you are going to get some variance there. But still, this is running a little hot. But it is what it is. So on a simple return, we're still sitting somewhere around 40% for the year as a simple return. And from there, let's slide on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Koyos Quantitative. Link in the description. Let's see what I've got here for you. And I'm going to leave this one out for a while here. So those previous Mike Norman and Two Tick Nick, who I've now given him a new name. More on that in a future video. Two Tick Nick, mine this one. Real macro, real brilliant. Those deals are off and gone for good. They were the best ones you're likely ever going to get. But hey, I'm still trying to do something here for you. So I've got the 6 for 6. And you say, wait a minute, it's the same price. Well, yeah, it is. So here's the deal here. You can read it or I'll let you know. I'm going to offer you 6 months at the same price as regular, but I'm allowing you to hedge a little bit. If in those 6 months we are not profitable, I will give you the next 6 months for free. And after that year, you can walk away or just join at the regular price. So I'm allowing you to hedge a little bit. You can pay for 6 months, and if things don't work out for you, I would say you can pretty much trust me on this. They're likely going to. But if they don't, you get the next 6 months for free. Maybe things will turn around and it won't cost you anything. So that's the deal that I've got. Because of the type of deal it is, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to leave that because it is going to effectively be the same price. But if things go bad, hey, you're going to get 6 months for free. That's a lot. That in the short term might even be better if things didn't work out than the previous 2 deals. But enough with that. That is the deal. You can choose your membership either or, and we will start it. So as people come in, we'll be staggered. We'll keep track of when you start. We'll start at the beginning of the month. And again, it's not what you make, if you're profitable or not. You should be if you're following this algo. But I point that out because a lot of people won't follow the algo. Well, that's on you because this algo, what it's doing is going to be the determination if it's profitable or not. And again, trust me, it's going to. And for those of you that did join for free, I had mentioned that you're not going to get anything out of the deal. Well, now I can actually say last month you did. I sent you an email letting you know this stuff here. So I guess, sure, join for free if you want. You kind of keep yourself in. But that was the first and only email that I can recall sending out in a year or two from the Patreon service here directly. And before you go, let's just take a look at the charts. Let's take a look. We'll just drag this on down. All right, so our S&P put on, was it May 2nd? Something like that. Still going strong. Hey, you can see where the stop is. Yeah. The Bitcoin trade. we got that Bitcoin the day before the big gap up. Matter of fact, it was a couple hours, and I didn't know what Taco was doing, but I guess he did something with some Bitcoin-related entity, and it popped. And I did something that I rarely put out to my Patreon members. When it popped after hours, so we went from like, I don't know, 113-ish to 117, I said, hey guys, I'm going to take a little off here because I have no idea what's going on with that. And it ended up being the right thing to do because on net, we sold out at a price less than what I took my little first tranche off. And you can see the next day it went up, and then from there it was just sideways, dip down, take us out. We're not taking the loss on that. So regardless of how you did it, you made some money on that. US Canadian, this is what I was referring to. We'd given up a fair amount on our US CAD short, and I guess it was hunting for us because it got us and it went down. It's been down ever since, but profitable just the same. Our 5-year, I guess we put that thing on way back in March, and it's been bebopping around doing nothing. These are the times where you like to trade a little bit out when it goes higher and, you know, buy it back when it goes lower if it doesn't hit your stop. By the way, that's the current stop. That isn't the stop that we had before we started. So yeah, you get to see that too. But as per the algo, we're just sitting in it and up slightly. 10-year just recently got in this thing. It's actually down a little bit. I guess I can move this down. All right, so we're long and it's actually underwater just a hair. We'll see how that goes. And I guess now, because you can see, those of you that are astute watchers here can see something else. I'm going to probably not put out a September video because I'm going to be working on adding some securities to the algorithm, and it's going to throw some of these numbers off here, the ones that you see here. So what I might do is put out the September one, but I might have to start fresh because these are the numbers prior to the addition of these new securities. So I don't want to muck this up and have the return not be accurate. So maybe I'll have to start a new one of these charts down below from maybe September on or something like that. But what we're going to add here, for those of you that are looking for more, we're going to finally add oil. I'm going to add the Russell. I always knew I should have the Russell in there, and I just never did it. And the reason why is the Russell, it's a piece of shit as a buy and hold long, but it's a good trader because it's got some decent volatility. So I'm looking forward to see what we can do here with an algo on the Russell. And I'm going to add some more currencies. Again, I'm going to do it with respect to the Canadian dollar, so Euro CAD, Yen CAD, we've already got the US CAD. I'm going to add in the NASDAQ as well. Not a big deal. It's slightly more volatile as well, and it's a better gainer than the S&P, as most of you know. So I've never had that one on an algo. I've just done the broader index. But given what we're doing now, I'm going to add the NASDAQ, and I'm absolutely smiling here, adding this Russell and hoping we can find something that works pretty well. Because, again, it's not a good buy and hold. It's a turd, but it's pretty volatile. And that could make for a Bitcoin-like trade where it's not quite as nasty as Bitcoin, I think, on the gap entries and exits, but it's very good volatility. And that, if you get something decent, can give you some nice gains. So, again, all this stuff is what I known I should have been doing for a long time, but it takes a lot of work. I don't know when I'm going to get these things deployed. I'm going away for, I'm not going to say a much needed vacation. I wouldn't want to say that much, but I'm going away on a vacation, and I'm going to be weeks getting the rest of these securities added to the algorithm anyway. So who knows when that'll be. My projected goal to have those things put in place and operating is the end of September. And my Patreon members, you know that that's coming. I mentioned it a week or so ago. And because of that, we'll have to change the weighting of everything. And again, that's why it's going to toss this stuff off if I don't separate it. So I had mentioned that between now and the end of September, whatever weighting you're going to do, you probably would want to weight it a little less in anticipation of getting some trades in these other ones. And we don't want you to run into any issues there. So that's why I thought I would mention that a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, to prep you well in advance with any trades that we put on between now and say the end of September. All right, I think that is it. That's all. I still owe everyone a Secure F video. I highly doubt I'm going to get that out. Who knows? Maybe I will by the end of this week. And it'll be the first Secure F video in the history of YouTube. Must mean it's a popular topic, right? Because freaking everything has been done an infinite amount of times on YouTube. And again, a cursory look anyway on my part has shown that I've never seen a Secure F video being done on YouTube. And it's kind of surprising, but again, given what it is, and given really just how people don't want to work for the money, and they just haven't employed those little extra special things that, again, I guess you have to know about it before you can deploy it into your trading program. So maybe that's the deal. Maybe it's just too obscure for people. And again, I don't know why, because people are all over the Kelly criteria, and it's effectively the Kelly criteria plus, if you will, as in a betterment of it, as far as I'm concerned. So I owe you that, and maybe we'll get that out at the end of this week. If not, it's coming someday. All right. Remember, down in the description, click patreon.com/Koyos Quantitative. Come on here, get in on a membership, get in on the hedged one. So your downside really, really is limited if things go sideways. All right, we'll see you here.